If face-to-face meeting is what works best in your market and industry, your sales targets get higher, but restrictions limit the number of clients you're able to visit. Home office is your new reality. In this video, easy to apply sales tips that help you stay focused and boost your sales. For salespeople for whom direct contact with a client is an integral and essential part of sales process, who are trapped in their apartment and houses, or just want to limit the number of meetings, stay home and achieve even better results. A hybrid system of work has become the new norm in many organizations, as well as many people have changed their habits and instead of working in an office, they work remotely from home. As direct contact is limited and internal procedures of many companies are still very strict, meeting new clients every day is not as obvious as it was. But either your sales figures will suffer because of that, or you take advantage of the situation. It's only up to you. Your competition face the same problems, and to be successful in today's world, you need to learn new skills and know how to sell your product in time of social distancing. Prospects will even more often ask you to send an email and provide this way as much information as possible. But don't do it unless it's really necessary. You can send an offer or datasheet of offered product in response to a specific inquiry, short technical information, but that's it. Sending detailed information about your company, product portfolio or general price list usually brings more harm than good. First of all, most people don't read complex emails, and even if they will forget about your company as fast as you forget about someone who cold called you, usually immediately after he hang up. When selling business to business, there may be various reasons why salespeople meet their clients, but the common point is always the same: building a deeper rapport and trust. Building a rapport with a client by sending an email. You may try it. If you succeed, please don't forget to share us this knowledge. Instead of writing, call and tell a story. Involve your prospect in a direct conversation. You have to arouse his interest. From an evolutionary point of view, as a human being, you have the greatest influence on people and their made decisions during a face-to-face meeting. Video conferences and phone calls have much less impact. The written word, almost none. Video conference theoretically seems to be a more effective form of communication than a phone call, as you can see your prospect. In practice, new clients rarely will be willing to use this form of contact for various reasons. It might be their habits, technical limitation, whatever. Therefore, you need to master the art of making a cold calls to perfection and learn how to sell complex and expensive products using available and at the same time the most effective tools. And although sending an email seems to be a more convenient form of communication, you will never get such an impact like making a call. The universal rule states that 7% of what we convey is communicated by spoken words, 58% by tone of voice, and 55% by our body language. Working remotely from home, you lose over 50% the power of your message compared to a face-to-face meeting. All because most communication isn't conveyed through words. It is done by reading the small signs of people's body language, hand gestures, and facial expressions. And it's especially important if it's your first contact. You have to build an image of yourself as a competent sales consultant and honest person. Tone of voice and the way you speak, that's all you have. But it's still a lot if you know how to use hidden potential that lies behind it. Voice expresses emotions, and you must affect your prospect, making him more receptive for your message. As selling is primarily the transfer of emotions, client must be 100% convinced that you know what you are talking about and you can help him solve his problems or make his life better. Voice conveys confidence, attitude, personality. Right intonation, pace of speaking, timbre, proper choice of words and energy behind your words affect greatly whether you will get attention and gain your client's trust or not. The inability to use your own voice and the strength that lies in it largely contribute to achieving poor results when working from home and making a cold call. Nothing will compensate poor tonality and the lack of energy behind your words. Even the best product, service, and sales script won't help you. You have to put your prospect in a right state of mind in which he is more receptive to you and what you say. And to be able to do so, you need to be in the right state yourself. Remember the first law: what you feel feels the person you are talking to. You have to believe what you say, be enthusiastic, and evoke favorable emotions in your prospect's mind. And it is your voice that expresses that all, not your words. Leave the door open for the next contact as if it was a regular meeting. If you meet clients on a daily basis, there is a reason for that. Most likely your product requires more extensive discussion, implementation, or building a relationship. Therefore, don't reveal everything at once. Arouse interest. Don't disclose all information and don't talk about price if it's not really necessary. Leave something for later. If you see that your prospect is initially interested, the worst thing you can do is give him everything he wants at once. Try to build a relationship gradually, as you do in a face-to-face meeting. Send some information and make a call. Make sure that it makes sense for your prospect and whether he really understands the information you provide. In other words, by engaging your client in a more direct form of contact, you have a better chance to build the rapport and ultimately close the sale. Plan your phone calls as you plan your regular face-to-face meetings. Don't improvise. Even if you see that you are not getting satisfied results, you must follow the plan. Before you get down to business, make sure you have full attention. Don't start if you feel your client is in a hurry. Just tell that you will call later. The point is that the client should be as relaxed as possible. He cannot rush anywhere. Any time to get all necessary information about your prospect needs, purchasing potential, to provide information about yourself, your company, your product, and present your business proposal. Don't start if you only have 2 or 5 minutes. Even though that seems enough for the first contact, it kills the rapport. By arranging your phone calls at a specific time that is accepted and convenient for your prospect, you more likely find out everything you need, as well as your prospect will also be more receptive to your questions and more likely he will engage in the conversation. Sales is one of those professions that require a lot of internal discipline and motivation. Your energy level determines whether you will keep trying or fall into stagnation. Whether you will try to attract new clients despite the obstacles, look for new business opportunities, and try to close depends primarily on your energy and how you feel. And this one, especially when you work from home, is probably not on a very high level. Motion creates emotion, as says one of the greatest motivational speakers, Anthony Robbins. Changing your physiology means changing your mental state. Physical activity overcomes negative emotions and influences positive thinking. Therefore, don't sit all day in front of your computer and in your home office. Take regular breaks to exercise. Although it may sound absurd, you will feel a big difference. You will be more willing to continue hard work, most likely contact new clients and look for new solutions, even if achieved results are far from your expectations. 5 minutes is enough, every 1 or 2 hours. It can be push-ups, squats, jump rope, or just a short work to stimulate a bit the body, and the mind will follow. A lot of research has been done on how physical activity affects productivity. Give it a try and you will feel a big difference. Not everything can be done when you stay home. You have to be ready to set an appointment immediately when it becomes possible or it's necessary. That's why constantly look for new business opportunities. Identify and make contact with decision makers. It will be much easier to arrange the meeting if you are already taken the first step, you know who to call, and you made initial arrangements. Gather intelligence, and when the time is right, just press the right button and close the sale. Finally, use the time to perfect new sales skills, to be better salesperson. Learn how properly lead your phone calls, how to use your voice, and how manage your emotions to be more persuasive. Make a list of companies that you haven't been able to close remotely and which have been identified as potential buyers. You should visit them immediately when the right time comes. People are social beings, and at the end of the day, nothing can replace direct contact with another human. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, watch next related videos, and see you soon.